at Streetstock get? 3? They all get 3 now.
It depends on how many fingers you can hold up.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, no, I say this in all seriousness because Josh Bolton, for those of you who know Josh, he's had an incident years ago where he lost the end of some fingers. And he waved his hand at me and he said it was 4. It was 4, and I looked at his hand and said, you mean 2 3/4? I can say that he's 10,000 k's away, he's over in Daytona, so I can get away with things like that tonight.
There you go.
Actually, I'd probably get away to his face, but anyway.
He may be streaming, you know. Early in the morning in Daytona. He might be having a sleepless night and just decided to tune in onto the interweb to Woodford Glen's audio stream.
This is true, it could possibly be. In which case...
Well, you'll be getting a text soon if he is.
Yeah,
and if he isn't, then it's fine.
fine.
Yeah, so now, do we have a 50-50 result?
We do have a 50-50 result. So the crowd, you and the crowd are going to take home $839 tonight. It's $839. So we've done the draw in the middle of all that little melee that we're having up here. And it is, your ticket will say meeting 12. So if you've got a whole bunch of old tickets you haven't thrown out, look for the one that says meeting 12 because that's the only one that matters. And it is ticket number 759. So ticket number 759, meeting 12. If you want to shoot over to the souvenir stand and wave your ticket, sign a piece of paper, we'll give you some money.
Fantastic. We'll give you, in fact, $839. So well worth doing if you've got the ticket. Remember, this is the second heat for the Ampro Tools group. This is run to a reverse grid of the draw that was grid draw that was for the first one, and it's supposed to be the top 13 out of this group go through, but pretty much they'll all go through. But the points are important because obviously it determines how far up the grid you start the final on.
Yeah, it is, of course, and I guess to a certain degree we've probably been a bit vacant on giving you points throughout this, and because ultimately it is a one-lap race. Oh, sorry,
yep.
a one-race final.
One-lap race. So that'll be interesting.
Well, actually, to be fair,
no, it wouldn't be totally boring.
Certain New Zealand titles have ended up like that. I'm just thinking, even the ones that did 24 laps probably could have been finished on the last one. Anyway, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know which Jared came to the track tonight, but. Yeah, that is, of course, all on that final race. That is the important one. If you're a Streetstock fan, you're listening to us at home or even in the crowd, the important race is that last one. We're going to get there. It's I'm just looking at what we're looking at in the stadium, and it looks a little bit misty and a bit rainy. But actually looking at the pits, it looks pretty pleasant. The concrete's dry air, so I mean, we can make some assumptions that some ground temperature there that's going to cause this water to evaporate. It's just going to be a bit awkward if you're in a car. You're going to be going through those tear-offs probably a bit quicker than you want to tonight.
It's actually not cold out there. I've just come back from wandering around down there. Yes, there's a bit of drizzle in that, and that's probably a wee bit uncomfortable, but it's definitely not cold.
Fair enough. So the cars are gridding up, and we had Kinder in here before, and I think it's probably going to can the water trucks laps tonight. Might not be too much more of that.
Saving diesel. How long before we see Hayden Mackay on a street stop?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Oh, that's the modified race. Sorry. Oh dear. Yeah. Interesting how drivers respond to various bits of damage on their cars. Certainly don't become motivational speakers all of a sudden. As we look at the front row of the grid, it is 44D of Keach and the 48E of Clark, which is irrelevant because we're away in racing. And the one who shoots right through into second spot, it is the 86 of Shane Chapman. This is about the fastest that ELS unit's gone in his car tonight, because it is actually mine that he's got in the car. And the Chapman right on the heels of the 44 car. He is coming through there. Kennett back to a Leslie. They want to get this race over and done with real quick. They want to get to that final, and it is about accumulating points. But the Sora is absolutely flying tonight. The 44 decaf, he is on a mission out the front. Back to Chapman. Kennett's just gone a little high, and I suspect we're going to see Paul Leslie pop up underneath him. It is the Drainmate car right beside the 23C, and they are really racing it. The 46 car spun to the infield. The 9N car just circulating slowly. They had a sort of a first race. It was a real handful for them. As we watch Keach head round back to Chapman and Leslie. Watson running 50, do me counting. Back to Jones, Aitchison and McClenaghan, Andrew in the 48E car. But we are having a battle here for second at the moment, looking at Leslie ducking to the inside of Chapman. Chapman's just got the 86 car right on the limit. We look out in front now, it is the 44D car, well in control of this race. We're fighting for the placings. So we look further back here, Sean Andrew, he looks like he's lining up the 48E car. He's had a couple of shots. The 48E car just drifts out wide. That is Anthony Clark. As Leslie up the inside of Chapman. He's got him at the end of the straight and he's just giving him the rear fender, pushes Chapman wide. It's going to allow Kennett back into the pit fray here. But it is Keach in the 44. We are 6 laps down, completed, and these guys are going to feel like they've got an extra gear in the car after the first race. They're doing comfortably in the 21-second lap range. And we're into the back markers. Leslie coming up with a huge dose of speed on the back of the 44 as they entered turn 2. You can see Keach was just backing off for the 9 car. Not so sure what this machine of Musgrove's going to do. And Leslie's using it to his advantage. The 48E getting a bit wobbly. He's slowing up. And Keach is going to go to the outside. No, Leslie's going to go to the inside. He's going to dive up the inside of the 44. He just gives him a little tap. Leslie goes in. He's got himself very much out of shape. Had to tidy that up. It's allowed Chapman back into this. Out in front though, it is Keach, and he's managed to get Musgrove doing another little pirouette. Andrew in the 46. So the 9 of Musgrove. Just a little bit disconcerting for a couple of the lead cars. And he's got just wondering if he's about to have a shot there at the 27. It's getting a bit bunched here now. Keach has to back out of it for the 48 car. Leslie's right on his heels. Chapman spun Musgrove out of the way. As here we go, a little bit of a tap from Leslie. He's got Keach out of shape. Keach is going to straighten up, slaps aside, pushes him into the back of the 48 car, and it's allowed Leslie to present the tail. Chapman's now got into the back of the 44 car. And Leslie up the inside of the 48. The 48 car has pushed the 44 wide. Chapman's going to duck up the inside. So Keach is really suffering at the hands of this back marker. And I suspect if he had the opportunity to wind him one. It's allowed Leslie to get away with it. He's managed to shoot out there. Get a bit of a gap. Chapman's sitting in second at the moment. Keach is trying to come back. The white flag is going to come out for Leslie in the Drainmate car. Back to the Chapman Auto Surgery machine with Keach. Kennett's there as well with Watson back in 5th. But our race leader past the Value Cars Warehouse Grandstand, car 27C, Mr. 1GP, heads around past the pit gate. He will take up heat 2 for the Ampro group, followed by Shane Chapman, followed by Andrew Keach, who pretty much had control of that race up until the back marker got in the way.
Yeah, he sort of had control until he lost control completely, really, didn't he? Quickest lap of 21.96 by Paul Leslie, but Keach a 21.98, so just nothing between them in terms of outright pace. But Leslie able to put the quicker laps in when it counted in that mid-race period when they were racing for the lead. If we have a quick look at the points, 39 points for Paul Leslie out of a possible 40, so that's a pretty good result for him. On 34 points is Keach, 33 is Chapman, and also Watson in the 55i car. So those are your top 4 cars out of this group. We also had some DNFs there for Jones, McClenaghan and Robinson, who also won the first heat, of course. Didn't start, in fact, yeah, for Colin Robinson. So all of those guys should be in the final later on tonight, and it looks as though Paul Leslie will be right off the front row. So that was our Ampro Tools group. Big thank you to Ampro Professional Tools for sponsoring Woodford Glen. If you're looking for tools,